Yo guys, what's going on? Rob with 421 Media House coming at you again with another deck review. This time is the Memento Moris by Ramsey and Murphy Magic. These were printed by the USPCC. Pretty standard, I think, at this day and time, especially to get a deck out of North America to have it printed by them. First of all, I love this deck. I'm just going to get that out there right off the get-go. This is one of my favorite decks that I own. So this was a super easy review for me to do. Once you guys voted for it, I almost didn't even need to spend the week with the deck and work with it and come up with something to say. So let's just get right into it. This tuck case is one of my favorite tuck cases I think I've seen to date. As you can see here, I collect crystal skulls. Tuck case matches these. This is actually, when I first saw these cards, this was part of why I went and bought them, so I could display them with my skulls. The skull itself on the tuck case is like an embossed skull. On the case, it wraps around the side of the tuck. Other than that, the tuck case is completely white, except for the bottom that has Chris Ramsey's old logo and the Murphy Magic logo on it. Super cool tuck case. I think it's kind of eye-catching. It sits on my shelf with my skulls, like I said. I think, anybody that sees it that doesn't know what it is will ask about it. Super cool in my opinion. I give it an 8 out of 10. Really hit the mark with this for me, and I think the coloring is really cool, but I'll get into that in a second. Let's take a look at the cards here. Out of the box, you've got your 2 ad cards by Murphy's Magic. One says murphysmagic.com / Memento Mori. The other one is a little what Memento Mori means to Chris Ramsey. So basically, those of you that don't know, Memento Mori is like a Latin for reminder of death. And then we've got 2 matching jokers with the Chris Ramsey logo on them, kind of a neat touch. And then we've got the cards themselves, and they've got this. So this is the fancy ace, so it's got a little bit of all of the colors on it. But then as you go through, you got the spades that fade from like the purple to almost a black color. The royalty, in my opinion, is super cool. One thing that's really neat about this is the royalty from this deck actually is the same royalty as a standard bicycle set of playing cards. It's just polygon and colored differently. So it's got that, water color cotton candy color shifts going on. It's really cool. I really like it. Royalty looks really, really cool, really eye-catching. You can see here the diamonds fade from like a dark purple into a light pink. Really, really neat. I absolutely love these cards. I can't get enough of them. And then we'll flip them over. We'll take a look at the back design. It's a two-way back design. Doesn't matter if the cards are this way or this way. Same image. Again, you've got that skull from the tuck case that sits on them. Catches your eye. I think they look pretty cool in cardistry. Overall, I give the cards an 8 out of 10. Face design's cool. Back design's cool. Really catches my eye. I'm a little biased. I really, really dig these cards. Let's take a quick look and see how they handle and perform. Alright, yeah, so that's how they perform. They've got an air cushion finish. They're on a crushed riderback stock. They're quite thin. They feel broken in out of the box. That's kind of what that crushed stock gives you. They're traditionally cut. They fare great right out of the box. They're performance coated, so they're going to last you a little bit longer. Like I said, I really dig these cards. Overall, I give the cards themselves, or the performance of these cards, an 8 out of 10 as well. Now, the value's kind of where these cards start to kind of go down a little bit in my books. They're about $10-12 a deck, depending on where you get them. I've got them for about $10 from a local magic shop. I do know that they are starting to get harder and harder to find, just because I think they're out of print now. You can get the blue ones. In my opinion, the blue ones aren't as good. I'm going to drop a link below where Chris Ramsey talks a little bit about the design of these cards and the blue ones and kind of what Murphy's Magic did with the blue ones. if you can get the multicolored ones, the version ones, I highly recommend it over the blues. But I mean, if you really want just the cool skull design and you can't find these ones, get the blues. As far as value goes, I'm gonna give them a 7 out of 10. Overall, I think they're pretty solid cards. They've held up great. One of the very first decks, like real pro decks that I bought. I really like them. If you guys enjoyed this, drop me a like and a sub if you're new here. Coming up next week, we've got the either the Royal Reserves by the Illusionist, or we've got the Tycoons by Theory 11. If you guys want to vote and see which deck I'm going to review next week, go check out my Instagram. I'm going to be throwing up a poll tomorrow morning. It's going to run all day. Saturday, I'm going to release the results. Thursday, you guys are going to get your video. All right, have a good one, guys.